Presso friends, welcome back to Opus Elenae, where sometimes we take a hard left turn. You may have seen my recent YouTube community post asking whether I should make my next gold work embroidery project in monochromatic gold or to add silver for a mixed metals look. The response was overwhelming, but I'm not going to tell you what it was because this video is for a completely different, totally spontaneous project. Everyone grab your cuppa. Today I am trying something new. Harney & Son sent me a couple of teas to try out, and this is the new cookies and cream tea. It's got vanilla and chocolate in a black tea base, and it tastes like cookies, and of course it's delicious. But I'd be lying if I said that the adorable penguin tin didn't have anything to do with my choice. If you want to grab some of your own, you can use my affiliate link down in the description. Let's get into it. Okay, it is 2026. Partner's birthday is this weekend, and I don't have anything that I want to wear to the dinner that we're supposed to be going to. So I poked around in my stash and I found this delightful gray and black and very dark purple plaid. And I have been wanting a wrap circle skirt like the ones at Saint de Fleur for ages. I have a day and a half until I need to leave. Let's see if I can get it done. This past holiday season, I picked up a neat little tool that was originally meant for holding wrapping paper, but I've repurposed it into something much more worthwhile, holding a 24-inch roll of tracing paper for patterning. Each side clamps to the edge of a table and has a tape dispenser built in. I have one roll of Scotch tape and one of washi for things that may need repositioning. I worried that this would be gimmicky, but I actually like it. It's well built and it hasn't gotten in the way. I'm starting with the pattern from the half circle ruffle skirt that I made a few years ago, and I'm altering it to be a 7-panel 1 1/6 circle skirt with the extra panel for overlap. I have a handy dandy template for circle skirt waist curves that makes it easy to get the correct measurements without having to math. Since this is a plaid skirt, I want to be very conscious of pattern matching, and I'm lucky that this has a symmetrical repeat that will allow me to flip the pieces to conserve fabric so I can prioritize that matching. I got this lovely wool fabric from Fabric Mart Fabrics, a small family-owned business that specializes in dead stock materials. I've gotten a lot of the wool for past projects from there, including my Cape Cult cape and my Anglo-Saxon dress. I'm adding seam allowance to these pieces as I cut them, but looking back I probably didn't need to since it ended up overlapping more than I expected, but like in a good way, so it's fine. Everyone needs a kiwi break now and again. Okay, it has been about 2 hours, closer to 2.5, and I have managed to get the pattern figured out and marked on the fabric, and the fabric cut out, and the pieces all sewn together. And I realized as I was working with this, it's got this lovely like double-sidedness to it, where one side is very nice and smooth and you can see the pattern really well. And then on the other side, it's like fuzzy and almost flannelly, and it's gonna be so lovely to wear this wool skirt. I hope it's cold enough, which is a wild thing to say in January, but when you live in Texas, you live in Texas. It was 80 degrees on Christmas. Next steps are going to be to serge the inner seams. I don't want to hand finish them because I don't have enough time. And then I'm going to stay stitch the waist because they're cut a little bit on the bias and I really don't want this to stretch out very much while I'm wearing it. So I'm going to do that and then probably hem the front edges and then enclose this waistband. I'm not gonna put an extra waistband on it. I'm just gonna use like twill tape or something to enclose this, and that will give it an extra level of sturdiness. I have managed to get everything that I have wanted to get done so far today done. I have additionally cut out the waistband that is going to also be the tie for the wrap skirt. And I have it currently pinned onto the waistband of the skirt. I think I'm gonna go try and sew it on now, but I think I'm done after that. I spent most of the day working on this in between a couple of other household tasks, and I am tired. I'm looking forward to making myself a nice cup of herbal tea and reading for a little while before bed. So I'm gonna go get this done and I will come back to it tomorrow morning. Thank you to all of my current and continuing Coffee members. Your support makes it possible to do this and provide quality content for everyone. Thank you so much. Stick around after this brief commercial break to see the rest of the skirt construction. Good morning, everyone. It is the next morning. I have not even gotten dressed yet. I'm still in my banyan. I have left the skirt hanging overnight. You can see here that it's already starting to be uneven. I cut the skirt in 7 panels specifically so that it would have a minimum of bias stretch, but even still, it's going to have some. So I'm going to go and make myself some tea and get breakfast and figure out my game plan for the day because I still need to shower and pack because I'm leaving for partners tonight. I need to get all of the machine sewing done on this before I leave. I have a little bit of leeway for hand sewing and hand finishing because we're actually not going to dinner tonight. We're going to dinner tomorrow, but I wanted to be done with at least the major sewing today before I left, hence the day and a half. I'm not quite awake enough to figure out exactly what I need to do before I go. So first of all, tea. Last night, I stay-stitched the waist edge of the skirt to prevent stretch and sewed the waistband to the outside of the skirt. Now I'm pressing the band away from the skirt, then I'll fold and iron the hem of the waistband to the inside. And why didn't I press the waistband in half? Because that way I can fold the hem over and top stitch it into place very precisely. In purple, because it's pretty. Next, I'll even up the hem. I'm super glad to have my mannequin to be my body double. She has paid for herself in convenience. I'm using my chalk hem marker, which is also incredibly handy. Once I have the hem all chalked up, I can cut off the extra bits. I'm gonna hem the skirt with bias tape instead of doing a rolled or double hem. I'm sewing the bias tape to the right side of the skirt on the machine before packing everything up and heading out to partners. Once I'm here, I can fold up the hem of the skirt, pinning the bias tape into place so that there's about 1/4 inch of skirt between the tape and the hem fold. Then I will sew it into place with a herringbone stitch for flexibility. Thanks for joining me today. In case you wondered, I did in fact finish the skirt in time for dinner, and we both looked smashing, if I do say so myself. If you enjoyed this video, drop a comment, share it with a friend, and stick around for the next one. To see the Goldwork project that this video was supposed to be about, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it, and do make sure to join our Discord. Until next time, be kind, do the work, continue supporting marginalized people, and in this time of unrest, keep creating. Will.